Gonna play your little intro music?
No.
Oh.
Do you want that to like
No,
get you in the mood, or
we can like pretend, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
The intro.
Intro music. Intro music.
Intro music.
Dun 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 dun.
Okay.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. A little gassy today, but you know.
Oh my god.
I'm maintaining.
All right.
You asked the question, I gave an answer.
Yeah, you did, and I'm all right. Thank you for the answer.
So if you hear anything random, guys, it might
God.
not necessarily be random.
This is exactly how we're starting this.
We're just being real.
And when keeping it real goes wrong. All right. So through the crate.
Through it.
Episode 2.
Dose.
Numero doso.
I'm pretty sure Dose was already Espanolo.
How much more can we go, though?
Oh, bars. Yes.
All right. Well, welcome to Through the Crate. I can't talk again. You know, life is good.
Life is great.
Feeling good, feeling great. How are you? This is not a good start.
All right, so let's at least try to find some type of topic to stay on,
all right,
and then go completely off once we at least find it.
Okay.
I don't know. What are we talking about this week?
There's a couple of things we could talk about this week. We can talk about the most slept on rappers. We can talk about the most slept on albums. We can review a song or an album that we liked this week. Talk about some hip hop news. Shit like that. What do you think? What should we start with?
All right. I don't know. What have you been listening to this week?
This week? So, I actually sit with a couple albums for a long time.
Okay.
So this week I've been actually listening to my workout playlist, which has got a bunch of shit that's like from all ends of the spectrum. So I got like Anderson .Paak to like New Level, Let It Bang,
A$AP Ferg.
to like some Magic Jordan, Something About You.
Magic Jordan?
Magic Jordan. It's
yeah.
OVO.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
That guy.
Or guys. I think it's 2 people. I don't
Is
know.
it?
I have no clue who they are, but I like that one song.
Okay.
And yeah, that's what I ran to today. But that's normally what I'm listening to, is that one or my Something Else playlist that I've created, which has a bunch of just incense burning type of stuff.
Incense burning?
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, shea butter?
Yeah, shea butter.
You shea butter
Shea
rap?
butter. Yeah, what about you, man? What you been listening
Well, let me see. Slime Season 3 came out recently. I gave that a listen.
to?
And then it's really just been that and all my old stuff.
Yeah.
That I've been listening to before. The Kendrick. Still been on that 2 Chainz.
Collie
Lil
Grove?
Wayne, Collie Grove, yeah.
Yeah. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Collie Grove, like I listened to that a lot.
Yeah. I was definitely
Impressed. That's what I was.
pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, dude. Like, what was the song? Like, bitch, you motherfucking right. Huh? Like that shit.
I was telling you this. One of my favorite new producers, or not that new anymore, pretty well known, but still keeps reinventing himself. Mike Will Made It.
Yeah.
That's a Mike Will Made It song.
Yeah.
And I mean, you think he's only stuck in one lane? I mean, he did a song on the Games documentary 2.
Which one? 2, 2.5,
I don't know. There was one
3.9.
I don't know.
This nigga put out like 40 fucking songs.
All right, guys. So I got a double album, but I'm gonna drop them 2 weeks apart. Like,
and then I'm gonna give you 30 more songs on top of that.
Right. Like, I'm cool, man. Like,
all right, dude.
No.
Talk about oversaturation, but
but there was totally a song on there where it starts off with the Mike Will Made It, and the beat comes on, and it's not a trap song.
On the game, the documentary.
On the game, yeah, the documentary too. And I was just overall, Mike Will Made It has been able to stay relevant, even though his window. Some people may have passed already because how long do producers really last in the game these days. I mean, you get a good 3, maybe 4 years when your sound is popping, and then they move on to the next sound, and you move on.
Right.
Remember when like drill music got real big?
Mm-hmm.
What was that Chicago dude's name?
Chief?
Not the rapper, the producer.
Oh, the producer dude. Big Chop.
Young Chop.
Young Chop. Thank you.
He was supposed to be like the next big thing, and then
Yeah.
I mean, so it's the sound is hot for a minute, and then people move on. So
Yeah, definitely.
it always takes skill and actual dedication to your craft to be able to not get typecasted for just a specific sound, but to be able to actually work with multiple artists and change your sound with the times, or maybe force change through your own sound. So,
Right.
Michael Omeda, I feel like, has been able to do that.
Definitely. Well, yeah, and then going back to that song, or not song, but that project, you had me listen to With Them.
Yes.
I listened to that song over and over.
And you're
Not my
talking about
favorite.
Young Thug.
Young Thug, yeah, sorry about it. Slime Season, Young Thug, first song off the project. I love how it comes in. I really do love that being the first song of the project, because it comes in, it gives you that energy, it gives you that like, nigga, I'm the shit, and I love like I'm totally probably gonna mess up this quote, but he's getting brain on the plane. They call that an airhead.
The bitch sucked my dick on the plane and they just call it
Airhead.
Yeah.
And you know what? I hate to love it, but I love that.
Yeah, just the-
all that you.
It's different.
You hate to love it, but I love, like, I can't hate on the dude. Like, he's got that. Like, that's that party music that you need for when you like trying to get ready. And that's what you said. Like, you said that you like.
It's like a morning song. It's like when I'm walking out the door, I turn that song on and I'm like, doom, 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 and I'm just ready to start my day.
Right, exactly. Going back to what we said in our first episode, with that 30-minute time period of active listening, you need a song like that to get your day going,
Immediately.
Exactly. So I get that. So that whole project to me was not the best, but that song alone was pretty good.
Yeah, okay.
Like, I give that song a good review.
Yeah, I mean, after listening to the product as a whole, I thought it was a good effort by Young Thug. Young Thug fits into a lane that may not be my everyday listening type of music, but in that lane, I feel like Young Thug definitely carves out a very unique path and sets himself apart from his peers. Not the genre of hip hop that I would necessarily be very super excited about on a regular basis. And yes, all that noise are my kittens going crazy.
Little tiny kitties. Left right now. All right, so anyway.
Like Birdman Sandusky says, sometimes shit go left.
Oh, God.
What are you typing over there?
I'm trying to find that game song.
Oh, off the documentary? Michael made it.
It's not Game for a Lame.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Whatever.
But it's, I mean...
I was just trying to figure out what that song was, but it's cool.
No, but Young Thug, he hasn't sold a lot, but he's got a really serious fan base. And I know you had told me to listen to a record.
Yeah, I did.
That Domo Genesis.
Yeah, what'd you think?
It's good. It was definitely good. I mean, the dude has lyrics. The songs are pretty good. The production is pretty good. It's just it has that thing that I hate that happens a lot of times when I listen to music like that. It sounds like music like that. It sounds like that kind of underground sounding hip hop music.
Okay. So to me, like that's kind of crazy, because you'll listen to a Slim. I keep saying that, even from the first episode.
Of
Slim.
course.
What is this? It's the Slime Season and Young Thug thing, and I keep thinking Slim Thug. Anyway. That's exactly what I'm doing.
He's kind of slim.
He is. But no, but like if you listen to like a Young Thug or Mike Will Made It, or you listen to a DJ Mustard, like all of those sound like those things. So you have the same problem with that music when you listen to that?
For sure. And the thing is, I don't listen to all of that when it comes to the like Young Thugs, and I don't even know who all the other
like
Migos
all those other people.
and you know, I think Young Thug does it to a point where when you hear a Young Thug record, you know it's a Young Thug record.
But he does it. But that's the thing. Is like there's people that you know who they are, and I think we're actually going on a tangent, but it doesn't matter. There's people like you know who they are as soon as they get on the track. Young Thug, you know who he is as soon as you get on the track. Lil Uzi Vert, you know who he is as soon as you get on the track.
I don't.
I do.
Okay.
Who the fuck are you? Like like he's always down there to me. Like,
okay.
And he's always going like, that like the way his voice is like is distinctive, just the same way that Young Thug's is. Like, I don't know. I'm not trying to get defensive here.
No, it's fine.
But I am kind of defensive because I loved that Domo Genesis album. So like to me, like I don't understand, you know. But go ahead, bro.
I get it. It's just. I have no problem with with there being specific lanes in hip hop.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing. But I think what happens is artists know their lane and they try to ride really deep in it because they have fans and this, that, and the third. So in any specific lane, what it takes to get out of that lane or to stand out amongst this really crowded, you know, highway of people going to the along the same road you are, is you have to be distinct. And so it says a lot to me about an artist when I can hear them for 5 seconds and know exactly who it is.
So Domo didn't do that for you. I can give that to you.
He didn't stand out on all the records and say like, oh my God, this is the Domo Genesis sound.
Right.
He didn't have that. Not saying it's not good and it's not quality. It's kind of like my same issue I have with Boss. Like, I don't think he's bad at all. I think
he just doesn't stand out.
He doesn't stand out. There's no wow factor. There's no uniqueness or extra, oh man, you know what? I would rather go to a Boss concert than this other concert because he's got this extra oomph.
Then I have a question for you in regards to that then. How do you feel, or not how do you feel, so when you look, like, is it just like their sound, or is it like not even digging deeper? Like, are their lyrics aren't as impressive? Like they're just on par as everyone else too? Because when, like sound wise, like that's something that's right off the bat distinctive. But if you go and dig into the bars, like are the bars, like the lyrics, distinctive?
So I think for me, the bars for both of those two are like leagues above a Young Thug.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't even going there, but yeah.
But I feel like a problem with the internet age and just music being so easily available, there's a lot of people with bars. There's a lot of people that can rap. There's a lot of people that can put together songs. But it's how do you make your song stand out and sound unique and distinct amongst all of the chatter of all these millions of people trying to do the same thing you're doing.
Right.
So it's hard, and I think it's really difficult to mix lyrics and quality sounding, distinctive sounding music, which is one of the reasons why I think, a Kendrick became way more popular than a Lupe Fiasco.
Yeah, because he had, you know what? Yeah. Because Kendrick has the sound in the lyrics, Lupe didn't have the sound.
He just has lyrics.
Yeah, it just has the lyrics. I feel you.
Not saying I don't like Lupe's sound. I'm a huge Lupe fan.
I know.
But that doesn't appeal to the masses. It doesn't appeal to a lot of people. But Lupe definitely has his niche. Throwing no shade.
Speaking of Lupe, I actually think he's one of the most slept on rappers in the game. And I think that's something that you being a huge Lupe fan, you could expand on. I'm not sure if we said this in our first episode when we were talking about Enemy of the State.
Yeah, no, I definitely love Enemy of the State. We did. We were talking about the strong.
Yeah.
But, no, Lupe is definitely slept on. I mean, I went to the concert where he did Tattooing Youth, and he did it from beginning to end, and this man was just rapping. I mean, he was just going.
Talk about breath control. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you.
Wrap that shit up. No, but Lupe, I mean, his content, his metaphors, the way he puts ideas together, the way he constructs his songs, it's really complex, and it does he definitely puts a lot of thought into it.
I think that's why he's slept on. I think that it goes over a lot of people's heads, and a lot of people just don't want to take the time to actually like dig deep into them. You know, I think that's one of the things that actually, unfortunately, played to his not downfall, but like his lack of
commercial success.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, even me, when I listen to a new Lupe record, I have to listen to it.
I have to sit
several
down.
times. I have to stop everything that I'm doing.
I can't listen to it when I'm at work. I have to sit down and like prepare myself. Like, let me get I got my drink here. I'll be here for a minute. I got a nice glass of water. I got a full glass of water.
Exactly.
I've eaten already, right? I don't have to eat for another 2 hours. Good. I'll be all right. Exactly.
Make sure my phone is fully charged so I don't
phone charge.
Hunt for a freaking charger.
Right. Should I press play? Oh, hold on. Forgot something.
Exactly. Gotta pause it.
Let me go use the bathroom. I'm gonna be here a while.
Oh man, that is so true.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But it's
What's up, Dora? Sorry, I'm saying hi to the cat. Go ahead.
You can't do that with everybody.
Right.
Shit, a Future record. I would much rather be doing a lot of things while I'm listening to a Future record. That's like, okay, I'm gonna clean the house. Let me put on this Future record. Yeah. It's really good background music.
Mm-hmm.
Lupe is you gotta sit down and focus.
Because that's one thing, though, that'll happen, though. If you put Lupe on as a background music thing, and you're somebody that wants to know, like, somebody like us, like, we want to know what these people are saying to us, you know? You put on a Lupe record in the background, you're not getting anything done what you want to get done.
Not even.
Like, you'll put it down, like, wait, what did he say? Let me rewind this. Rewind.
Whoa, rewind, what's that?
Rewind. You know how I do with my R's and my dubs, my W's. I'm just fucking, I don't know. I think I might have a speech impediment.
Doctor says I might have a speech impediment.
Anyway.
All right. Well.
But yeah, that's just what I feel about Lupe versus like he slept on rappers, and I like that whole transition we did there.
Let's just keep talking about the things we're doing instead of just doing them. That's fun.
I know, right? We're gonna cut this whole part out right here.
This whole thing's gone.
But yeah, you won't get anything done if you're listening to a Lupe record.
No, and
I guess or something.
we were contrasting with Kendrick, and his latest record, or the one that To Pimp a Butterfly, I can't get shit done when I listen to that one. It's still difficult, and I still have to be in the right state of mind to listen to that one.
Because you're still hearing stuff from it.
Still, but it's just still so different from everybody else that's kind of in that lane that, again, it's what makes him stand out.
He definitely does. He definitely does stand out. Especially with, like, because I feel like a Killer Mike is somebody that's been talking about stuff that he's actually drilling down on. But the way that he presents his package is so much more presentable or, like, acceptable, friendly, or I guess you can say.
Killer Mike's that
motherfucker. Like, literally, he's running the jewels. He's like, this is what you got, like, putting a gun to your face. Like, this is what I'm saying, you know? And, like, that's good sometimes.
It's hot, yeah.
I like it. Like, don't get me wrong. Killer Mike.
I saw Run the Jewels last year in Chicago.
Oh, I was so jealous.
Oh my God, they killed it. They had all the kids in a mosh pit, moshing right in front of me.
Dude.
Like, that was so live. That was so teed up. Turn up.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Dude.
Dripping flames. It was just... the energy was crazy. You could feel it. Him and LP just murdered it.
Yeah. By the way, LP, awesome producer.
Yeah.
That
OG,
dude. Awesome. Mm-hmm. Anyway, go ahead. I just had to put that out there.
The world knows. The world knows. Don't worry.
But like going back to what we were saying in regards to Killer Mike and Kendrick Lamar, but yeah, the package is a lot more inviting. There you go. I think that's the difference there. So
For
he's
sure.
definitely killing his lane.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is speaking. You're a Kendrick stan.
Stan, I mean,
I don't know if
I was okay. So I was a late fan.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a show before he dropped Good Kid, Mad City.
Mm-hmm.
But I had never heard any of his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy Ty had got us these tickets, mm-hmm. and a couple.
You're hearing cats in the background. Sorry about that. Continue.
A couple days before the show, I'm like, oh, who's this guy Kendrick? And so I listened to Overly Dedicated
mm-hmm.
and Section 80 like once or twice each.
Mm-hmm.
2 days before. I didn't really know any of the songs. I was like, oh, okay, I can kind of vibe with this. Then I went to the show, and I'm like, how is this person that I've never heard of? Lupe came out and gave him a cosign during
mm-hmm.
the show, saying he's the next big thing. The entire crowd is singing along, word for word, all of these songs I didn't know yet.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck did I miss this movement in hip hop?
Right.
This crowd is going fucking crazy.
Right.
And so then I went back after the show and dig through everything. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck was I doing? And then Good Kid, Mad City came out, and it was just that winter. It was over. It was over. And then the whole next summer, it was over. Like, it just
mm-hmm.
changed everything. So then I was, okay, what's next?
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 years later, he dropped freaking To Pimp a Butterfly. And it's like, okay. I wasn't a stan. I was just a fan, mm-hmm. and this dude never let me down. So I guess if that's what makes me a stan, sure.
Well, this is why I'm a stan. I think actually one of my ex boyfriends got me onto Kendrick. I think he sent me something from Overly Dedicated, and that was around when Overly Dedicated came out, and I started listening to it, and that's when I became a fan. Is Overly Dedicated? No, Section 80. Sorry, it wasn't Overly Dedicated. It was Section 80, so I went back and listened to Overly Dedicated. And then from there, I was like, this is like right up my alley. Because, they had like the Chapter 10 and those songs. And like, what's the one that we love bumping that Christy hates? Spiteful chant. So like that shit right there too. It was like the fact that he could do that, and then he could also do on the same exact project, do a Her Pain. I was blown away because that too. Not enough hoes. Most of these niggas acting like hoes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then but but stuff like that, like it's like the way that he's able to do those two things and do that. And then when Good Kid, Mad City came out, and he was able to again combine my inner ratchet with my inner consciousness.
Yeah.
And do that, so that I just became a stan as soon as I listened to Section 80. I kept going at like, what else can I find from this dude? I even went back and found like the K Dot when he was going by K Dot, and I had to show you that, right? Yeah. Where he had like it was like a white he printed something onto a CD, and he was rapping over like Lil Wayne beats, and it was so whack. like he was good, like he was okay with his rhymes, but he was being something he wasn't.
Of course.
And you could hear that,
He was young.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, like you young nigga, like growing up in the hood, like you about to say I'm gonna spray you, right? And blah, 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 blah. But like the progression just from there to Overly Dedicated to Section 80 to Good Kid, Mad City, and now to Pimp a Butterfly, and then also being able to hear that Untitled, Unmastered project,
hearing this whole
and hear the throwaways,
process. Yeah,
and that the throwaways are that motherfucking good. Kendrick stan for life. Totally a stan. I can't help it.
So maybe instead of Opening with Through the Crate, we should open with you're listening to two Kendrick stans.
No, we won't do that. We'll still talk about some other stuff, like most slept on albums. I want to say so. If we talk about some most slept on albums, should we talk about this? Not this year, because we're only 4 months into the year. last year.
I mean, sure. What do you got?
So one of the ones that I was gonna say is Mac Miller's album, and it's probably one of those albums that you're gonna think. Well, actually, no, I don't think it's gonna be like that. Because what I was gonna say is, it's probably one of those albums that you're gonna think is like, it sounds like it's supposed to be this, and that's what it sounds like. Just how you were saying about Damogenesis. I don't.
Yes,
think
Damogenesis, whatever. So, yeah, kind of, but to give credit where it's due for Mr. Mac Miller, a lot of that underground sound is being created and forged by Mac Miller. Mm-hmm. You don't know he's got a studio. He has a studio. He's a producer as well.
Yeah.
So he has his fingers.
He even did Rhythm Roulette. He did that. Yeah. So
and that is
Mass Appeal. That Big Crit video I sent you.
Got it.
So Mass Appeal does this thing where they have producers go to their local record store, wherever they are. You have to be blindfolded. You pick out 3 records, and you have to make a song out of those 3 records. Ninth Wonder's done it. Manny Fresh has done it. Just Blaze has done it. I think his name is Crisis. He's done it. Like a bunch of them have done it. And now Big Crit did it. And the only person, some of the best ones, Big Crit is probably the only one that did a whole bunch on it. I'm actually going on a whole tangent. I'll get back to that, but yeah, so he did the Rhythm Roulette, and he's a really dope producer. Like, he actually like plays the bass when he's trying to get a bass line, or the keys if he's trying to do something. He's doing that. So I give respect to that as well. Like, that underground sound is something that he cultivated.
For sure. I mean, and he's still a young dude, but he's worked with a lot of these underground rappers that have that distinct sound. He's worked extensively with TDE, like a lot of those guys. He did some work with Damogenesis. Mm-hmm. I mean, he works with a lot of these guys. Mm-hmm. So, of course, his record's going to sound like that. But I enjoyed his record,
I really enjoyed it.
I think he has a sound that is distinctively Mac Miller. And I think what happens a lot of times when I listen to things is I'm like, this sounds like Mac Miller, and then he'll hop on and say the words. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, got it, yeah,
all right,
yeah. So,
yeah.
I feel like, yes, he does fall into that line of, okay, yes, he's in that lane, but he is one of the shining stars of his lane.
Definitely, sure. Yeah. So that was just one of my albums that I actually listened to. Like, I was actually pleasantly surprised too, because I never was a big Mac Miller fan. Like, I'd listened to a lot of the things that he was featured on. I loved like his personality too, like his I don't give a fuck personality, and then the fact that he like went through rehab and all this other shit. Not really rehab. I don't even know if he went through rehab, but like he.
Well, you said it, so it's true now.
Yeah, whatever I say is true. All right, nigga, I'm about to get $1 million tomorrow in my goddamn bank account. If it's not true, I'm coming for your ass, nigga.
She was talking to the one listener right now. Of course she wasn't talking to me. I know you wasn't talking to me.
I pointed straight at this motherfucker in the Compton shirt.
Yeah, just gonna stand me up some more, huh?
Yeah, stand it up. But that's a dope ass shirt, and I'm really jealous that I don't have one.
Get one.
I'm about to. If you guys don't know, he's got on a one of the Kendrick Compton shirts. It's whatever. He don't really know about that, but yeah.
Stand.
I'll take a picture and I'll post it on our Tumblr.
Oh.
Anyway.
Tumblr.
In regards to you farting, I'm over here burping.
It's okay. I've been farting. I don't know if you guys have heard anything.
This is so gross.
I've just been blaming it on the cats.
That's so gross. Picture. Boom. Anyway, but yeah, so that's one of the albums I thought was most slept on. Another one that I thought was most slept on, or actually, I don't even know if I have any other albums that I thought were most like slept on. But I just really enjoyed that album. Because he also gave me what Kendrick gave me. He gave me some nice jazzy, like his Larry Fisherman. I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but he's got that Larry Fisherman like jazzy thing that he's got going on.
Yeah.
And then he's also got his like shut your motherfucking mouth, ho. What is it? Scoreboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song right there. So sorry. something just happened to the chair, which made my mic fall. But yeah, so like those are some of the songs that I was just like people, and like they didn't talk about it. Like when it came out, they didn't talk about it as much as I thought they should.
But you know what? Mac Miller is a very successful rapper. Like
Independent too.
He may not be a household name, but the few households that he's a part of are very, very all about Mac Miller. You know, he has a very dedicated fan base that will not hesitate to buy his record, to go to his shows, to buy his merch, follow him on Instagram, Twitter, whatever.
All of that.
So, I think it's really hard to really, when you say slept on, I think it's referring to being slept on by the mass appeal, because a lot of people that you would probably put on a slept on list have a very hardcore fan base that would probably argue against you saying they're slept on. Like, they're not slept on. I listen to them every day. It's like, okay, I get you. I understand.
But I'm just like, when I say slept on, like I'm saying that in regards to like I don't see them in the media as much. Like I don't, not even media. Like I don't see them being talked about in the media. Like he's gone. Like when his album came out, he went on a couple like a short press run. It looked like a short press run to me, just based on like the stuff that I look out for. And like it was just, the only reason why I knew it was coming out is because I kind of followed him. Like me just being a hip hop head that I am. Like I follow a couple of things, and so. Like, I just thought that that's the reason why it was slept on, because he just wasn't out there as much. But then, like, when one of these, like, other people, I hate to keep... We're going to have to find out somebody else to refer to.
Who, why? What are you about to say?
Fucking Young Thug, dude. Like,
I
don't want him to be the rapper that I refer to that's on the other end of the spectrum, because I actually like his music to an extent. But I don't want him to be that one, and I also don't want to refer to Future there either, because Future, you know what I'm saying? Like,
okay, so when you're talking about Young Thug and you're trying to compare him to Mac Miller, Young Thug wishes he was as successful as Mac Miller. So you're probably giving Young Thug more credit than he's due when you're
probably
when you're trying to say that. Oh, I hate to try to compare Mac Miller to Young Thug, being because Young Thug's not as popular as he appears to be. He's got this appeal of being super popular because he is all over the social medias. He is all over the internets. He is all over the inner space and stuff.
Inner space.
And you know what? Mac Miller's quietly selling a shit ton of records and selling out shows all over the world. So who's more successful? Who is actually slept on? The guy who's quietly selling all these records and making all this money, or the guy who's being very loud and kind of, not?
True.
I just, I enjoy the Young Thug record.
I enjoy the Young Thug. The Young Thug excites me.
But yeah, Mac Miller's last album debuted at number 4 on Billboard.
Oh yeah, see. What about a song? So, what about a song or album or something that you listened to this week that you were really feeling? Because I got one in mind right now. If you want me to go ahead and lead in with that.
Go for it. What you got?
This song by Puff Daddy featuring Ty Dolla $ign and this chick named Jizzle.
Oh, I saw they dropped a video. I didn't watch it though.
That song.
Yeah.
So dope.
Yeah.
It brings you back to that feeling, like it's that like I want to dance. Like I want to dance, like I'm feeling good. And it also got that New York feeling, like don't nobody put that New York shit on the fucking map.
Like Diddy did it.
Diddy did it. Nah. But like seriously, like that shit is so dope. Like that song, like the groove to it, first of all, is amazing.
What song are you referring to? What's it called?
It's called You Could Beat My Lover.
You Could Beat My Lover?
Not beat.
Yeah, I'll beat your fucking lover.
I beat the sorry.
Yang Twins?
No, it's not.
What is it?
I think it's Love Rants, but I think there's controversy around that.
Oh, kind of.
Because it was Love Rants, but then somebody else had it before that. Love Rants, and I don't even know. Some Bay Area shit.
Oh, from the Bay?
Yeah.
In case you guys didn't know.
From the Bay.
We're both from Oakland.
Yes, Oakland, California. East Oakland.
Yeah, area.
35th and Mac. All right, so that was that segment.
That was the Oakland segment.
Oakland or Chicago by way of Oakland. Is that how that goes?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I actually had a couple of other things I was going to say we could talk about too.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how much time we have left.
We'll just touch on one more thing. What else you got?
One more thing? All right. Hip hop. How does
We'll touch on one more thing. All right, what you got?
hip hop? No, but I started out like that because I wanted to say, how did you get into hip hop?
Oh my God.
How did you do you remember the exact album, the exact song? Do you remember how old you were? Do you remember what introduced you to hip hop?
All right. This is
some brown sugar shit.
I was show Shania Lathan ass.
Not Shania. Shania Twain.
God, I always say
Sanaa.
that. You know what? Her
Shania
mama should have
Twain.
named her something.
That don't impress me much.
Hip hop.
All right, hip hop.
That's what we're gonna talk
When
about
did
for
you
the last
fall
thing.
in love with hip hop?
Yeah. So I honestly don't remember the exact first song, but my earliest hip hop memory is gonna surprise you.
For real.
So, I went to a school in Oakland, Patton Academy.
Hello.
Just giving away all my business, right?
Okay. Ain't nobody gonna know shit about you, bro. Just keep going.
So, who lived several blocks from my house, or from the school, where I would wait before my parents got off of work to come pick me up?
Auntie Marva.
Auntie Marva.
Oh, yeah.
So,
should we give it a little back?
No, it's okay.
All right,
it's
cool.
fine. So I would go over to my aunt's house after school.
Yeah.
And I would just hang out until one of my parents came in and picked me up.
Mm-hmm.
So, what she would do is she'd always have the radio playing. Mm-hmm. And so I heard a lot of songs on the radio. One of the songs that I remembered hearing regularly on the radio was Slick Rick.
That's
Bedtime
interesting.
Story.
That is very interesting. Slick Rick.
So I just remember this song coming on quite frequently on the radio.
Yeah.
But if it comes what is one of the earliest hip hop memories I have, it would be sitting in Auntie Marva's living room listening to the radio, and specifically Slick Rick.
That's crazy. You want to know what mine was?
What's that?
I have no fucking clue. I swear on my life. To be honest, I have no idea. So for one, my memory is shit. For two, we established in the last episode that I have no perception of time.
None.
So when it comes to me understanding when I fell in love with hip hop, I just really don't know. I do know that I remember Arissa, my sister, writing down lyrics to Summertime in the LBC by Dove Shack. And she would write down the lyrics, and I knew all the lyrics to that song. And that actually, I guess that means that's a memory then.
I mean, if you remember it,
that's a memory. That's, I guess, that to me, when I say, well, I guess let me clarify. That's my memory of hip hop. My sister literally recording tapes from the radio, going back into those tapes and writing down the lyrics so she knew what those lyrics were. And then also my sister teaching me how to dance because she was in a dance class, and her dance partner Mona, whatever, I remember being a young girl, and they were showing me these hip hop dances they were about to do for their recital, and just all these things. So I guess Arissa kind of introduced me to hip hop. I'll put that then. Just having this conversation now, that's probably my hip hop memory, but before this conversation, I wouldn't have never thought I knew when I fell in love with hip hop or anything like that.
You better call your sister and
I know, and thank her, right? Because to me, the only thing I ever fell in love with was music. And I remember when I first started playing the clarinet. I only started playing the clarinet because everybody else in 5th grade was playing the clarinet. And like all my friends, I was like, well, I don't want to be left out. And then I fell in love with playing music. So like that whole thing, like I just never really like, when did I start listening to hip hop? How did I start loving A Tribe Called Quest? How did I even find out about them?
Right.
Like those things I don't even fucking remember. But the only thing I remember is my sister writing down lyrics and me knowing every single damn, it's hot than a mother. I'm smothering ribs with a barbecue sauce. Fools get tossed if they reach across my barbecue grill. So continue to chill. At King's Park in the LBC. That's where you find me. Hanging with my homies and my friends. We got the coke in hand. We got the fire. You know what I'm saying? Like I know all of
bars.
But
Bars.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's all I remember. Is that. But anyway. I think that's a good place to actually end, though.
Is it?
I don't know. What do you think? You got something else that you want to bring up?
Nah, nigga.
You gonna have to stop calling me a nigga, though, bro. Oh, hip hop news this week.
We got okay. We'll spend a little time on this.
Yeah, spend a little time on that. Hip hop news.
Let me guess. You're gonna talk about. You know, I was gonna bring this up earlier, but because we were talking earlier about. Perception and who's out in the media and stuff, right? You know, young Thug being really loud and boisterous, but he can't sell records.
Right.
It's funny. It's funny to me, you know, like when certain news things come up, how it seems to coincide with record releases. Kanye West started going crazy right before his album came out.
Life of Pablo.
Future apparently got into it with Meek Mill or something, and then he dropped another record.
50 Cent.
There you go.
Got into it.
And now, we have this young lady from Oakland who got into all this drama over a couple guys, and apparently she tried to kill herself. And just decided to make all of this stuff public.
Right.
It's just seems weird to me because, you know, literally a week before this whole thing went down, there were reports that the Party Next Door was putting the finishing touches on his debut album. So, you know,
how convenient.
I hate to be that guy that is talking down on someone's personal business, but when you put your personal business in the public sphere, and it just so happens to coincide with the release of a involved party's album or product, it makes me question. It makes me just ask questions.
So who are you questioning, though?
Both.
Kehlani and Party?
Yes.
Yeah, that is very interesting.
I feel like Kyrie Irving is just a piece that just kind of got stuck in the middle.
That falls into the middle?
Yeah, because musicians are fucking crazy. Athletes actually have to work for what they're doing.
Oh. You don't think... You're a musician yourself. This is not work.
Oh, it is. It is work, but it's a different type of work.
Okay. It's not physically...
No, it's work, and it's also luck, and it's also... It's a combination of things.
I think that's a whole other conversation.
When it comes to, sure, we can talk about that
next
time. But if you're an athlete, you can be in the gym. The hours you put in the gym will directly correlate to more success on the field. You can put all these hours into the fucking studio and not come out with a hit record.
I'll give you that. I will give you that. But I slightly disagree with you.
All right.
I slightly disagree with you.
So do you think Miss Kehlani actually tried to kill herself?
I don't know. I don't like to... That's the thing. Even if she did or if she didn't, that's not for me to speculate. But it's also not for people to comment on. Like Chris Brown. Saying, that bitch, she lying, she just flexing for the gram. Like, come on, dude. You've put yourself in so many stupid fucking situations already. The fuck is you doing... commenting on this shit, like, oh, Kyrie's my brother. First of all, not everybody in the industry is your brother. Okay, you also claim Pyru, but you didn't grow up down there. But you got these Pyru niggas around you. Anyway, I don't know nothing about games. I probably know just as much as fucking Chris Brown. All right, let's put it that way. Anyway. No, but what I'm saying is that, like, what are you doing commenting on somebody else's, like, you're not even involved.
For
like,
sure.
do you need to be involved in that? Like, you still singing songs about your ex-girlfriend, nigga, like, shut up and go
These
sit
hoes
down.
ain't loyal.
But like he put it in the song the other, like, what was that? Put a sex you back to sleep. You want me to say your name? Karuchi. Like, come on, dude, you a bitch for that.
Yeah, you know, and
I love Chris Brown's music, but the nigga's fucking personality
he's crazy.
is shit.
Again, he's one of those dudes who just
He's worse than Kanye to
he
me.
became famous really young.
Yes, he did.
He grew up in the spotlight.
Yes.
But you know, this whole Kehlani thing, I'm not saying she didn't commit suicide or attempt to commit suicide. I'm not saying that it's fake.
Right.
It's just when things tend to coincide, you just gotta ask questions.
Yeah, you do. And then there's another thing. One thing I actually wanted to comment on. Puff, he opened a new school, like literally a school for 6th and 7th graders, just because he needed to start small in Harlem. It's called Capital Prep. I think that's what it is called. Huh. But he opened a fucking school, dude.
I haven't heard of this.
I just heard about it today. Like, I was watching my regular circuit of shit, and he opened up a goddamn school. I'm like, dude, that's something commendable. Like, that's
awesome.
something that you should definitely, like, he's saying that, like, it's got, like, swimming classes, it's got, like, fencing classes, like, all this other stuff, and that regular people can come into. I believe, like, a couple of days ago, it was, like, the last day of enrollment for that shit. But, like, he literally opened a school in Harlem and said, like, this is what I want to do. And, like, one of the things he said on that interview is he said that he went to this one person that's actually involved in, like, the school system and trying to do those things, and he said, like, you know what I want to do is I want to open a school. He's like, oh, well, why don't you open a after school program? He's like, no, I want to open a school. Oh, why don't you open a community center? They're like, no, I want to open a school. He's like, oh, all right, and so they actually did that. And he said it's been 6 years in the making. So it's like, it's so hard for you to, like, open something like that up. So I thought that was pretty dope that he actually was able to do that. And
I mean, yeah, opening a school, that's
fucking school though.
That's huge.
Where he can implement his own curriculum. Sorry.
There you go. You got the word right.
We've had some drinks.
Maybe you should go back to school.
Oh, that's so mean to put on air. I don't need to go back to school. I'm smart. Riblet.
Anyway, guys, we'll just edit that out.
But yeah, so yeah, I really think it's cool that he opened up a school. And then the last thing I was gonna say, Joey Badass.
Oh man, aren't you
murdered
glad?
The shit out of Troy Ave.
Oh man,
I wish that nigga would come back. I wish he would. Troy Ave ain't got shit to say no more. Do you watch that shit?
I sent it to you.
I know you did. I wasn't expecting you to say that because we on the podcast, but nigga, like, that motherfucker ripped it.
I was taking a shower that day, and I was like, oh, okay. Oh, Joey Badass on Sway in the Morning. And I played it, and after, like, the first line, I was like, what? I had to run it back. I was like,
run it. My nigga, I was at work. I listened to that shit because, you know, that's when I listened to a lot of that shit because I could do passive listening at work. Now that I got a real job, I have to passive listen. So it was towards the end of my shift. You know, I'm listening to it. I literally got up, took my headphones off. I stood there, folded my arms. I was like, I looked to my coworker, man. I was like, God damn. She goes, what happened? She doesn't really listen to hip hop. She don't know. I was like, God damn. She goes, what? I was like, Joey Badass just bodied this.
It's when you wish somebody next to you knew what you were talking about.
And they were like, but she's so nice. She was just like, oh, what happened? You know, like would let me say it, you know, would let me talk to her about it. And so I talked to her about it, and, like, what this other chick, like, listened to it, and she's like, oh, I don't know anything about rap. I'm not out of here, whatever. Like, if you're talking about rap beef, I'm out of here. And I was like, okay, whatever. But, like, Amanda and, like, my other friend, Cassie, they were like, Oh, like, just letting me talk to them, even though they probably had no clue what was going on.
Not a single.
And they were like, "Bodied? What is that, bodied?" And then I was just like, "Oh, shit! I probably should have said that." But like, I think they understood what it was within the context of what I was saying. So I was just like, "This nigga Joey Badass just bodied this nigga. He got bodied, killed, murdered, donezo."
It's a wrap.
He said, "Do you remember what that line was?" He goes, "I gave you one line. You made a whole song. I'm giving you this here. You're going to be working year long." Something along those lines. I was like, this. And the way, like, in his eyes, though, you could see that shit. Like, he got in there. He had him ready. He was in there. So dope. I had
him ready.
Had to talk about that.
Yeah, that.
If you haven't seen it, go ahead. Look at Sway's Universe. Joey Badass. 5 Fingers of Death.
And he did technically 6 fingers of death.
He did 6 fingers.
But I feel like that's all that needs to be spoken on, because the person who he was ripping on doesn't even deserve the mention.
Does not.
I mean, just
none.
The total disrespect.
Disrespectful though. Like, I understand it's beef, but nigga, come on, bruh.
And then to double down, he dropped a video. He dropped a music video a few days before Joey went on Sway.
Dropped a video for that song?
Yes.
So trying to get that song like a back-to-back.
Yes.
Nigga, you ain't Drake.
He filmed it on top of a building. There were scenes on top of a building. Like, it was very disrespectful. He had his own PSA before the video about committing suicide.
If you don't know what we're talking about, just look up that 5 Fingers of Death and you'll go into it from there.
So, I'm not even gonna say this dude's, average ass name.
Right. Blank Average. That's his name.
Yeah.
Because he's average as shit. All right. So,
on that depressing ass note.
This was a good conversation. If you guys have any questions or anything you guys want us to talk about, go ahead and hit us up. We are going to be dropping our SoundCloud. This is where you're listening actually to it. So drop some comments. And then also we have a Tumblr page. So go ahead and look at that.
Yeah.
But yeah, through the crate.
Yeah.
I think we got, pretty far into this crate.
Yeah.
Dig.
Yeah.
Dig through it.
Dig Dug.
Hey. Dig Dug. Remember that? Anyway, that's it.
Deuces.
Bye.